Okay, guys. So,
Very good.
now just to do a very similar technique in standing. I'm going to do about 10 minutes with Enrique. Now I'm using the ball to accentuate what I'm doing here. Okay? So I'm at the same kind of technique.
That's one.
But very similar to what I did with Alize. Now we have a lot of balls, but don't feel that you need to have the ball per se, but... And again, guys, look at how tiny I move. I'm not sitting here going up to this guy going, see again, look at him ricochet. Now he knows movement better than any of you guys, and now look at he just really clamped down on me. The more and more that you're in with gravity, the more and more someone's going to be gravitationally challenged. Okay, does that make sense? You know it very well. That being said, you don't necessarily have to work with someone in sitting or lying down all the time. Right? She has to go down a flight of stairs, so by all means work with someone like that. So I'm working just like with Alize through the pubic bone.
Okay.
But now with this, I'm feeling how he's rotating, let's say, over to his left foot. And now you can also just go in and just see the same, so he's clear going to the right. But you will have lots of people too that want to come out through the hip, let's say, versus what I'm looking for is the turn through the whole pelvic unit into the leg, into the foot.
So you put the weight on the opposite foot.
So, can I steal your flag? Please. So, in some cases, yes. In some cases, no. So, again, what I did with Alize too, if you remember, I put the one foot up, right? And I was doing these kind of movements. So, as we are here, and going in and you're working, right? I'm working with the whole unit of the leg, pelvic unit. So it's not that I'm sitting there going, but I want that where he's torquing the foot into the floor and coming through. Ideally, when you're walking, he won't do this. The hip joint, the way it goes when I walk, it rotates in to create that walk. So that's walking, but if I'm looking from side to side, right, I'm lifting a little bit. See how he comes over his leg? Versus same here where he might come short. I'm over exaggerating, but again, I'm looking for him to, that's the goal of him to come up over the leg versus kind of thing. If you can see Felipe, how he's working with the ball with Alize. So now again, see how I'm looking for him to come up over the right leg or up over the left leg. But what I'm doing it with this one too is I'm adding a bit more of the pubic bone. Again, coming in, that kind of, so there's two ways of doing this. His pubic bone can either push the ball away, it can push the ball away, or it can come in and go over the ball. Over the ball. You feel the difference?
The same movement with Alize.
Right. So again, I can push the ball with his pubic bone to see how I can rotate over the right, or I can go in and over. There he goes. But I'm not doing this, folks. I'm not coming in. Remember, the clam hands. It's going to be a completely different movement. I'm not forcing him to do something. And if I'm just doing this, where I really snuggle with someone and come all the way around, and then you think of that song, Heaven. This is my version of cheek to cheek, folks. No. Again, I can just switch out. Now, no offense, I'll put you in a, so reach over a little bit like you're playing with, like you have to go play with that. Just one hand, sort of like a kid that you'd be doing this, right? Same thing, I can be right here, just like I did with Max. I might have to come over a bit more. And now, just like Alizé did, see, I'm starting to see the counter. But again, the system is secure, at least for him, that I can do these kind of things. I'm not back here doing this, right? So see how he loses his synchronization.
And most of that on the right leg.
Well, I measured him, I'm just going, and also his audience is more to the right, but by all means, but he's actually cooked quite nicely now, understanding sort of what I want. So it's sort of, it's like if I had, like I was putting on a jacket, and I'm putting my sleeve on. You see that? I'm putting my sleeve on. I'm not looking to, you know. That was a good one. Now again, if he was reaching up, let's say to the ceiling, see how I bear and rotate up and rotate down. So I see where his spine is. I'm not here. See where the movement shortens and he doesn't know where to go with that. Same thing here. Another way of doing it, I did this with Santino. I called it my up and down, but he was finally here, and he got underneath me here, and this was the first time he pushed down. So I would be like, ah, and then it'd be like, up, and now push me, down, and up, and down. And he just thought it was great. But it was a really cool way of again, getting him to feel that buoyancy in opposite direction. Because we're always doing this.
Ilona, the flashlight.
Yeah. This hand, you know what I mean? Versus dealing with the counter. Now I'm here. I can be, now this is a little bit low, maybe I'm going to go to about here, give myself a little bit of leverage. But now too, if I was teaching how to come to sitting, again, I would be working with him, but again, where I can, see this is a little bit low for me, so I'm losing the gap here and I'm losing him. But I would want to, maybe with my table higher, this is how I would also work with coming to sitting and then coming up. For someone that's larger. There we go.
Well, your chair's going to slip, I think.
Yeah. So right now I'm just looking for you to master more your weight transfer with your client. So let's just do a good 10-some minutes each and call it a day. So we have the ball here, by all means. You know, again, you can use the ball here. If you're working to the table, go on opposite sides from everyone because the table will slip.